Today we're going to be telling you whether or not it's worth it to spend $800 on a 22 long rifle upper receiver. We're just your everyday guys here in Southwest Virginia who enjoy, you know, shooting things. And today we have a BoreBuddy 22 long rifle match grade upper receiver. And we're going to be telling you about the pros, the cons, and all the great stuff about this BoreBuddy. To be completely transparent with you guys, we did get this from BoreBuddy. They sent it out with a bunch of ammunition to let us play with it and get our thoughts and opinions on this match grade upper receiver that you see in front of us right here. So big thank you to them. We also got to tell you guys to go check out Basement Operator. Basement Operator is us. So if you go to basementoperator.com, you can find all of our builds, you can find our merch, and you can find all of the links to the people that support us. Speaking of supporters, we got to give a big thank you to TA Targets. As you can see, there's a lot of steel targets out there, and so part of that is from TA. So big thank you to them as they allow us to miss and know it. And we got to give also a big thank you to TrueShot. TrueShot is one of the biggest supporters of ammo here on the channel. They are awesome. You can find pretty much anything over at TrueShot. So if you want to go check them out, use code DELP and it'll save you a little bit of moolah. All right. So let's talk a little bit about price. Then we'll talk about our reliability. And then we'll kind of conclude on who this is for and whether or not we think it's actually worth the money that you do have to invest up front for this upper receiver. The price point on this thing runs anywhere between $600 and $800, give or take, depending on the configuration that you get from the website. If I remember correctly, you can get a 12, a 16, and a 21-inch 22 long rifle upper receiver from BoreBuddy. So they offer a wide range of barrel lengths depending on what you want to do with it. As you can see right here, we have the 12-inch configuration because we have a nice ATF-friendly brace here on the back of it. I love you, my ATF agent. So what you can do with this thing is really sky's the limit considering it is a match grade upper receiver. But let's talk a little bit about how we have this thing set up first. So this thing is set up in a kind of fun shooting, plinking setup. So we have an Anderson lower receiver here that we have put a pistol brace on, and we have upgraded the bolt catch to be a 22 long rifle bolt catch. So this will work with the BoreBuddy. If you do not have the special bolt catch, the bolt doesn't lock back and stay locked back. I think it'll lock back once you run out of ammo, but once you pull the mag, it will just drop. So having the bolt release is really nice. So you can just drop it and it works perfectly.
Functions like a normal AR-15.
Yeah, we have a hollow sun put on top of this thing, which, 22 long rifle and a red dot. It's hard to not be awesome and fun. And then we have a little light here on the top. This is an Enforce light. Sparky hates the way it looks. I don't mind it too bad.
No, that's all right. It's
kind of like a laser in a way. You know how your laser system sits up there? I view it the same. It just looks odd in my opinion, but whatever. The light
the functionality on a light on 22 is kind of...
Well, bump in the night. You never know what people are using this thing for.
Yeah, do a squirrel gonna rob you?
But no, it's gonna be Bugs Bunny. So let's talk about this upper receiver here and what comes out of the box with it. So out of the box, you get an ambidextrous charging handle for your 22 long rifle, which is really nice. You of course get the 22 bolt carrier group, which is also highly important. What's really cool about this bolt carrier group is if you get a special piece, it'll allow you to actually just swap this into a normal 5.56 or 223 upper receiver. You have a free floated handguard here that's M-lock, and it's M-lock in all the right spots. So, if you want to put something down here on the bottom.
You always love it at an angle.
Oh, you always love it at an angle. You got QD points and a pick piece across the top. And then what's really cool about it is the barrel. So this is a match grade barrel with flutes in it, as well as it's already comes threaded. You can see we have a break here on the end of it. It's 22, so it doesn't really need a break, but it looks cool.
But if you want to shoot it silently.
Yeah, you can suppress it, which is really nice. So this upper receiver is a whole lot of fun. Some of the benefits of this thing is, it uses mags made by Chris. This is a 15. They also have a bigger one, which holds like 30 or something like that. And
takes y'all a day to load it.
Takes y'all a day to load it. But in terms of just shooting and plinking with this thing, it's an absolute blast to shoot. We spent a ton of time at night shooting it.
Had some tracer rounds.
rounds, the thing was a blast. And I really, this is my first 22 long rifle.
Makes you feel like a kid, don't it?
It does. I mean, you can just eat through ammo and eat through ammo. We had
my poor thumbs.
We had this box of Blazer. We had a bunch of other stuff. We've probably shot, oh man, I think well
600-700 rounds,
600-700 rounds through it, give or take, and that's including just a big variety of stuff. So this thing's been able to take pretty much anything we've thrown at it. Another selling point for the BoreBuddy and for them in general is if you live in a non-communist state, they make a compatibility kit with FRT or FRS, I guess. Either one. But if you're using a force reset safety or a force reset trigger, they make a compatible bolt carrier group that will allow you to shoot this thing super quick and super fun, and would definitely be worth a look at if you have the ability to do so. So keep that in mind if you're looking at the BoreBuddy upper receivers. But while you buy this thing is for the match grade. So what does that mean? Is it really match grade? Does it really shoot good? Well, we tested it. I think that's one of the big things is how well it shoots. And when we shot it, we compared it with dropping it into a just typical 5.56 upper receiver. It was an Aero Precision upper receiver that Optics Planet was so kind to send out for us to test with. And when we put the conversion kit in there, the arrow shot all over the place. And that's part of the problem with shooting a 22 long rifle through a 223 or 5.56 bore is you have a lot of wiggle room. It opens up.
Like a hot dog down a hallway.
A hot dog down a hallway. It opens up, it has a lot of wiggle room, and that error translates to the accuracy. So with the BoreBuddy, this is a dedicated 22 long rifle upper receiver, and we were able to get an MOA out of it with match grade ammo.
Pretty good.
Which is pretty good, which we were not able to do with just dropping the conversion.
We are not your 22 shooting aficionados.
Yeah, Sparky's right. We are not. So there's some insanely autistic people out there that just love shooting 22s and will stack 22s.
They like shooting a round that normally costs a dime and then make it cost $1.
Yeah, and guns that have like 30 pounds that just weigh down. So
but hey, they can stack 10 rounds in the size of a quarter.
Yeah, at 100 yards. So this is meant for I think if you want a very accurate 22 in an AR-15 platform,
and you got the moolah,
you got the money to do it. I think this would be a fantastic option because it's really fun to shoot. It's really easy to go through a lot of ammo. If you invest in the upper receiver, invest in a bunch of mags as well. I would say that that's one of the biggest downfalls is we only have a few mags, and like Sparky said, his thumbs are absolutely worked by the end of a few range days. And so, having the ability to just quick reload these things and just have a bunch of fun with it is really where I see the value in it. I mean, I had an absolute blast with this upper receiver. So to conclude it all, I think the BoreBuddy is definitely worth the investment if you want an AR-15 upper receiver that you can shoot a tight group with 22 long rifle with. I think, invest a little bit in the magazines, invest a little bit in the ammo, and you can have one hell of a plinker and something you can go out to on the range and just have an absolute blast with, whether or not you're teaching your kids to train or you just want to have something fun to shoot. I would highly invest in a lot of mags, preload them so you can just eat through them, because what we found is, you just shoot and you can shoot quick with this thing. There's no recoil and it's just an absolute blast. It's fun.
Everybody likes shooting 22.
Yeah, everybody likes shooting 22, and this thing's been incredibly reliable for us, especially, just out here plinking. It's dirty, it's all get out. We haven't cleaned it, and it's just been an absolute blast. So we want to give a big thank you to BoreBuddy for sending this upper receiver out and allowing us to test it and shoot it. I highly recommend you guys to go check them out, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe. Peace.
Bye, Mom.
I didn't shoot ears or eyes with 22 when I was a kid. Maybe that's
Hey?
what?